Welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show on 94.7 The Pulse. Music, interviews, news, and, well, Two Blokes Chatting. Now, here are the two blokes.
Someone today who thinks all her birthdays are coming at once is Vanessa Gatica. Now, tonight at the MCG, Rob, you'd be familiar with the fact that the Sydney Sydney and the Melbourne Demonios are playing at the MCG tonight, and Vanessa is going to be calling the game for 94.7 The Pulse. Good morning to you, Vanessa.
Hi, good morning, guys. Thank you for having me in the show. How are you?
We're good, and we're thrilled, and we know how excited you are. Both of us are going off ourselves to call games of football today, and have done for quite some time. Neil for most of his adult life, but for you, you're a young lady who's come all the way to Melbourne, the AFL capital of the world, self-imposed capital of the world. You've left a South American soccer-mad country to come to Australia, and you're now calling AFL footy. How did that transition happen in your life that you'd want to do this?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, look, I grew up with soccer, and when you grow up in Mexico, you're surrounded all the time with soccer, and you don't know anything else, right? It's soccer, soccer, soccer. But when I arrived in Australia in 2015 with my Australian husband, he's really mad for footy. So he introduced me to the game, and I spent all 2016 watching AFL. And honestly, it caught my eye because, the skill of the players, the speed of the game, the marks. I was very impressed with the amount of the mark, with the figure of the mark. The amount of goals per game also is so exciting. You can't stop to have excitement during the game with goal after goal after goal, mark, all these movements, they really excite me. So I was very, very fortunate to be in this project. I started to volunteer in 3ZZ in radio. Any NBC approach to 3ZZ next with the AFL, because the AFL was very interested in grow the audience of footy in the emerging cultures. So we started this project together with people from Arabic backgrounds, Hindi, also in Spanish. My mate Máximo Pérez Torres is from Spain, and myself, I'm from Mexico, because we were doing sports show in 3ZZ. We were invited to this project, so we were honestly very lucky, and we are very excited for tonight's game. It's nothing, the excitement to be alive from the MCG in front of the live match, it's unreal. Honestly, it's unreal. It's so exciting. I can explain how excited I am for tonight's game, and also going to be an awesome match between the Sydney Swans and the Melbourne Demons. And you say very well, like a Sydney Business and Melbourne Demonios.
Yeah, well, only because Google helped me. So we just need to do a quick survey here. Rob, you're calling a game of football today. Whereabouts are you calling yours?
Werribee.
What's the name of the ground?
It is the Simel Oval in Galvin Park, Werribee.
I'm going to the Northport Oval. And, sorry, Vanessa, you're calling your first game of football where? Which ground?
MCG.
Yeah, thank you. So Rob gets a really ordinary ground in Werribee. I get one in Port Melbourne, and you get the MCG for your first game. How does that work?
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm very, very lucky, very fortunate to do it. Our first game was in 2017. Was the game against Richmond and against the Giants. It was a rainy day also. It was 30,000 spectators in the ground. It's unbelievable. These moments you can ever forget. And I remember, the moment when we finished the transmission, we all hug each other like if we win the World Cup. Honestly.
Now, Vanessa, my reckoning of South American sports commentators are very, very excitable. And it's probably a good thing you don't have very many goals in a game of soccer, because they get so excited when one's kicked. It seems to go on and on and on for minutes. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So if you're going to have 20 of them a game or more, an AFL game probably getting towards 30 a game, he's going to lose his voice by the end of the game. What about you? Are you going to be a very excitable commentator?
Well, that is the thing. You need to have a balance, right? Because I was listening for be prepared for this game. I was listening lots of soccer commentators, and yeah, it was like it's very fast the way they talk. The goal is very long. No, goal, goal, goal. But I'm going to be in the middle, I reckon. Somewhere in the middle. Not too excited, no too quiet. Because, my personality is like that. I'm very, I'm always high, I'm always happy and I always scream a lot. It's my personality. So I'm going to use my personality to combine these two styles.
So we do have to ask this question. Of the AFL teams, which one do you support? Which is your favourite?
From this team? So what? Oh, you are...
No, overall.
Your team that you follow in the AFL, which one?
My team is Western Bulldogs.
Oh, that's good. And is that because it's your husband's team, or have you picked it yourself?
No. Actually, we have a very an argument because of that. My husband's team is Geelong and the Cats. And also, I love the Cats, honestly. I love the players. But I'm Western Bulldog supporter because when I arrived to Australia, I started studying English in a TAFE. I get involved in the basketball team, and then the grand final of this TAFE players or playmen was in the Wheaton Oval in Footscray.
Oh, yes.
So I get to know some Western Bulldogs players, and I like the colors of the team, the red, the white, and blue. And my pet, the pet that I love the most in Mexico was a bulldog called Benito.
Oh, well, it all lines up nicely then, doesn't it?
All these three elements, I met the players. I was very excited. It was my first interaction with the actual players. So I love the colors. And, for my Benito, for my bulldog, I say, well, I think I'm Western Bulldog supporter. And also, something happens when they play. My heart just jumps. It's something that you can control. Just get excited with a team.
Well, you see, you've been following them for 5 years, and you get that excited. Imagine what it's like for Rob. He's been following the Cats for about 85 years, because Rob's quite a lot older than you and I.
Wow.
Well, maybe not 85, but he's been following all his life.
A long time. And I've gone through some highs and lows. And I guess back in Mexico, you would have got very passionate about your sport. In the city of Mexico, is the soccer clubs' rivalries the same as it is with the AFL clubs in Melbourne?
Yes, definitely. It happened in all the sports, the fight between teams, and even in families, division in a family, right? Because your father go to a team, your mother go to a team, and you need to choose with who to go.
And you are famous for your fiery tempers, you Mexican heritage people, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, see, in this country, you barrack for the team, or you support the team that your parents do. And my daughter married a Collingwood supporter, and we're Brisbane Lions supporters. So my grandson, the poor child, may end up being a Collingwood supporter, and I don't know how that works at all.
Exactly. But no, my husband was told me, why you need to be Geelong Cats supporter. It's a tradition.
That's right. Absolutely. It is a tradition.
See, I love the Cats. Honestly, I love the Cats. And it's my team too. But my heart jumps with the Western Bulldogs. I don't know why.
Oh, well, there you go. So tell us a bit about tonight's broadcast. It's on 94.7 The Pulse. You'll be broadcasting it in Spanish, which is will probably make more sense to more listeners than listening to Rob and I've got to say, because Rob and I talk rubbish most of the time when we're doing football. Is it also going to be available elsewhere, or just on 94.7?
Going to be available in the website of the AFL.
Yep.
You need to scroll down to the game broadcaster guide and need to look for any NBC icon.
Okay. Well, that's very, very exciting, Vanessa, and we're very pleased to have been able to have a chat to you today here on Two Blokes Chatting. And good calling to you all is, I think, what you say to another caller when you're a broadcaster.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, and the opportunity. Also, thank you to Paul to support us, to be with us tonight. That is going to be awesome, be with you guys. And thank you for all the listeners. I hope you love the Spanish Commentator.
Well, I'm sure we will. We'll chat to you again. Maybe we might try and talk to you in a few weeks' time to see how it all went. How does that sound?
I love that. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much, Snail, for having me, and have a great afternoon.
Best wishes, Vanessa.
Thanks, Vanessa. That's Vanessa Gatica. She is a football commentator who I suspect is going to make more sense to the listeners than you and I would have thought.